Hello everyone, I'm Rod Wortham and welcome to this episode of Raceface Driver Updates here on Racing America. We had an interesting weekend of racing that included trying to beat Mother Nature, who played a part in everyone's weekend. The other common thread was Pocono Raceway, where all three of NASCAR's Premier Series were in action, as well as the ARCA Menards Series, which in total saw 5 Raceface drivers taking on the Tricky Triangle. We also had Super Late Models in Colorado, Pro Late Models at the Summer Showdown in Washington, so let's get right to the results. We begin with NASCAR Xfinity Series, where both Anthony Alfredo and Sheldon Creed were in action. We start with Sheldon Creed, who qualified his number 2 Richard Childress Wheeling Engineering Chevrolet in 6th. Sheldon had a great car and was fast all day, including finishing stage 1 in 5th, stage 2 in 4th, and brought home his second consecutive top 5 finish of 5th. We were able to catch up with Sheldon on Sunday for his take on the race.
What's going on, guys? This is Sheldon Creed. Just want to give you a little update on our weekend. Had a really good day. Was able to follow up our last week's top 5 with another 5th place finish this week, but was actually able to run top 5 the entire day and really made improvements on our race car. From practice being really loose, qualified pretty good, and then just had a really solid day. Just kind of ran around 4th and 5th all day. Needed a little bit more to contend for a win or even top 3, but was really happy with the improvements we've been making, and I feel like with myself, I feel like I've been running a lot better races the last few weeks, so really happy with how everything's going. We have a shot to point our way back into the playoffs now, and I feel like we're getting closer to even fighting for a win, so really looking forward to the road courses coming up. Have really good ovals coming up for us. We're going to keep working hard. So thanks, guys, and keep tuning in.
Up next for Sheldon, back to the road course at Indianapolis Motor Speedway on July 30th. Anthony Alfredo took the green in his number 23 Our Motorsports Civetta.com Chevrolet in 24th and was able to race inside the top 20 in stage 1. The team ran mid-pack for most of the stage 2 and had a tire strategy in place for the final stage, but never got the late caution they were expecting and finished in 16th. We caught up with Anthony on Sunday, and here's what he had to say.
Well, not the perfect race for us here at Pocono Raceway. We ended up 16th, which isn't too bad, all things considered. Had a solid Civetta.com Chevrolet Camaro, but finished the race with 2 fresh set of tires on the wall just because we were trying to strategize and save them to see if we could gain some track position later in the race because of all the cautions. But that last run ended up going green flag, surprisingly. So, solid day of building, ready for Indy next week.
Would have been nice to get that late caution and see what that fresh rubber could have done for the finish. Anthony's looking forward to returning to the road course this weekend at Indy. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we check in on Jesse Love and Connor Mozak, who were also at Pocono Raceway. How did they fare with the Tricky Triangle? We'll find out when we return with more Raceface Driver Updates here on Racing America.
Hey everybody, this is Anthony Alfredo, and you're watching Raceface Driver Updates here on Racing America.
Welcome back. The ARCA Racing Series was also at Pocono Raceway, where the weather would play a major role in the day's events. It started by raining out qualifying and forced the field to be set by practice times. Then the rain delayed the start of the race, and that would have an impact on the finish when officials had to shorten the race by 16 laps due to darkness. So let's see how the Raceface duo of Jesse Love and Connor Mozak would deal with all of these delays. Jesse Love was back in his number 20 Crescent Tools Toyota and was running his first race on a track bigger than a mile. Jesse was fast in practice, putting up the third fastest time, and that was a good thing since the field was set on practice times. Jesse led several laps, ran in the top 5 for the complete race, and made some unbelievable restarts. With darkness setting in, Jesse was spun out by a lap car, and the race never went green again, and Jesse was scored with a 13th place finish. We caught up with Jesse on Monday for a quick race recap.
Hey everyone, it's Jesse Love. I just got back from Pocono Raceway. Led laps, qualified third, and put ourselves in position to win, but obviously what happened at the end of the race happened, so we'll take what we learned at Pocono, go on to IRP this weekend and take care of business there, and obviously bounce back and put ourselves in position to win again and show how strong our team is.
That's one very calm driver, but something tells me he has a really good memory when the timing is right. Up next for Jesse, short track racing at IRP on Friday. Connor Mozak made his 7th ARCA Menards start of the year and his first start at Pocono. Connor put up the 7th fastest time in practice in his number 23 Brett Holmes Racing Nick Taylor Chevrolet. Connor ran in the top 5 for most of the race, led some laps, and feel like they had the right strategy to have a top 3 finish. Unfortunately, with the race being called due to darkness, that plan did not work out as they had to settle for a 6th place finish. We caught up with Connor after the race for his take on the day's event.
Overall, I feel like we had a pretty good race at Pocono this weekend. Ended up finishing 6th, unfortunately. I feel like we had a better car than that. I feel like we really could have finished, top 3 for sure. Led some laps, which I think we're all happy about. We were able to hold off the 2 car, who I felt like was really the best car all day, and just showed how much that track position and clean air was worth. Unfortunately, we lost that on the next restart. I probably could have done a better job of defending the run that was coming inside, and just got put 3 wide, and lost 2 spots there. And once we got back in dirty air, we had a hard time working our way back forward. And I feel like we had a good pit strategy. We were probably going to cycle back to the front, but the race ended about 15-20 laps early due to it getting dark outside. So I feel like our result didn't really show our speed, but still overall a good day for us, and I feel like we'll have a really good shot next weekend at IRP.
Sure wish we could have run those last 16 laps. Up next for Connor, more ARCA Menards series at IRP in Indianapolis on Friday, and you can catch all of the action on FS1 at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Raceface is excited to announce a new product that will be coming out in September, Raceface Digital Trading Cards, and it's open to all drivers. Check out this video. So if you're ready to take your brand into the digital world, Raceface Digital is your answer. Remember, pre-enrollment is now open to all drivers. Go to racefacedigital.com, click on the pre-enrollment button, fill out the form, and when you come to the invite code, use DIGI, D-I-G-I. There is no money due for pre-enrollment, so be one of the first 150 drivers and lock in your discounted price. We're headed for another commercial break, and when we come back, we'll check in on Caden Honeycutt, who was also at Pocono Raceway for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series race, and Casey Klein, who was pro late model racing in Washington. Interested in winning some free swag from Racing America? Just look for this guy later in the show, write down the lap number, then go to spotterlap.com and enter to win. It's that easy. We'll be right back with more Raceface Driver updates here on Racing America.
Hi, my name is Cassidy Hines, and you're watching Raceface Driver Updates on Racing America.
Welcome back. Caden Honeycutt made his debut with On Point Motorsports for the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series CRC Brake Clean 150 at the Tricky Triangle. Now, the rain has hampered the entire weekend, but it played a huge factor for the Truck Series as practice and qualifying were rained out and the field was set on owner's points. The number 30 truck was locked in on owner points, but Caden had never seen the track until Friday morning and had to rely on all of the laps he put in on his sim back at the shop. Think about that for a moment. Heading off into turn one for the first time at over 170 miles an hour, that's crazy. Caden started the race from the 33rd starting position. The plan was to stay on the lead lap and show a lot of patience, and that's what they did. Finishing stage 1 in 26th and stage 2 in 14th. Enough for me. Let's check in with the driver for the final results.
Hey everybody, it's Caden Honeycutt here, just here. After our hard-fought Pocono race, kind of struggled a little bit, but we ended up finishing 13th in the first stage. I'm pretty sure we were 16th, I think, in the second stage. Not taking tires at the end. We're in the position where we're at, just kind of bit us, and just took a chance on it. Just didn't work. But you know, we live and learn, and we had a really good race. We just missed it. That's all there is to it. Luckily, we don't have anything wrecked. Everything's in one piece, and we'll move on to Richmond in 3 weeks, and very excited for that. And we'll get back to work on Monday, get our trucks ready, and come back here better whenever that time will be. So thank you to our sponsors, Friends of Jacqueline, Rangeline Group, Raceface Advancement, Mom and Dad for their constant support. Thank you all so much. All my supporters, my awesome girlfriend, Rod Wortham, just everybody that's involved in this deal. I appreciate you guys so much. So we'll just keep on rolling ahead of Richmond in 3 weeks.
Caden had a special fan at the track for this weekend, Friends of Jacqueline founder Dennis Murphy. And to say he had a great time would be an understatement. Up next for Caden, back to the Cars Tour this weekend for the throwback race at Hickory Motor Speedway on Saturday. Casey Klein was at Evergreen Speedway on Monroe, Washington for the 100-lap Pro Late Model Summer Showdown. This was Casey's first time being on a 5/8 mile track and in a race that attracts some of the top late model drivers on the West Coast, like Derek Thorne, Preston Peltier, just to name a few. The 14-year-old Quincy, Washington driver qualified his number 1 Thermert Farm Chevrolet in 16th in the 26-car field. Casey raced his way into the top 10 on lap 52 and held that position, bringing home an impressive 10th place finish. Let's hear what the driver had to say after the race.
Hi, I'm Casey Klein. This weekend I was racing at Evergreen Speedway in Monroe, Washington. I had a good car in practice for my first time being here. I only was able to run 40 laps, and I ended up qualifying 16th. And we went into the race and started 15th because one of the faster cars had to drop to the back because they made some changes. I had a good car throughout the 100 laps, and I worked my way up to 10th, and I ended up finishing in the top 10 for the Summer Showdown. But I'd like to thank all my sponsors: Thamer Farms, Sporty Steakhouse, Farmer Bean and Seed, Klein's Auto Sale, Friends of Jacqueline, Raceface Advancement, Mountain View Polaris, and I'd like to thank Nate Clay Motorsports for coming out and crew chiefing for me this weekend.
Great job, young man. Up next for Casey, back to Madera Speedway this weekend for round 6 of the 5150 Junior Late Model Series, where he currently sets 3rd in points, only 1 point out of 2nd. We're headed for our last commercial break, and when we come back, we'll check in on Cassidy Hines and Brody Moore, who were both trying to beat Mother Nature in Colorado. Were they able to get the racing in? We'll find out when we return with more Raceface driver updates here on Racing America.
Hi, I'm Jesse Love, and you are watching Raceface driver updates on Racing America.
Welcome back. Cassidy Hines was at Colorado National Speedway in her number 3 Frontier Roofing and Restoration Friends of Jacqueline Foundation Super Late Model. Cassidy qualified 5th and finished 6th in the Fast Dash heat race and was ready to roll out for the feature when Mother Nature had other ideas and rained out the rest of the evening. We did catch up with Cassidy for a wet race recap.
What's up, guys? Just a little update for you on today's eventful race day. We managed to get through the first practice and then it started raining. We didn't get to practice for our second time, and then we went right into qualifying. I did end up qualifying 5th, which was really good considering we only had 1 practice and we didn't really get another practice. And it was on a freshly rained track. And then we went out for our dashes. I finished 6th in the dash, in the Fast Dash. And then as we were going out for our main, like as soon as we all went over the scales, it started pouring on us. So unfortunately we did not get to run our main, but I'm excited for the next race weekend, and I can't thank all of my sponsors enough. Frontier Restoration, Fort Worth Screen Printing, Commit to Fitness, Matco Tools, Alpenhans Designs, Total Health Solutions, Raceface Brand Development, and the Friends of Jacqueline Foundation for all of their help.
Up next for Cassidy, Super Late Models and the Challenge Cup at Colorado National Speedway on August 13th. Brody Moore was also at Colorado in his number 14 Garage Condo Super Late Model, where he qualified 12th, finished 4th in his heat race, but the same story as Cassidy. No main event due to rain.
Hey everyone, here's a post-race update from Saturday night's Elite Diesel Service Figure 8 Freakout at Colorado National Speedway, my home track. Earlier in the week we headed up to Dyno Pro. We made some runs on their chassis dyno. I'd like to thank the founder Bear Lynch and the best tuner around Adam Hilton for all the help they gave us to find more power across all our PM ranges. After a short rain delay on Saturday, we qualified P12 and started the dash in 4th place, and we finished 4th place. We didn't really gain anything, but we didn't lose anything. Unfortunately, we never got to test all the changes we made because the main event got rained out, but we are still very thankful for the rain.
Up next for Brody, round 6 of the 5150 Junior Late Model Series at Madera Speedway on Saturday. Brody currently sets 4th in points heading into this weekend's race. It's now time for this week's sponsorship tip. Last week we spoke about the importance of building a relationship and getting permission to send them information. So what is the difference between a marketing deck and a proposal? A marketing deck is a PDF or digital presentation that's intended to catch someone's attention. Make it colorful and with lots of imagery. Do not get into detailed deliverables or any pricing. You can't talk about deliverables until you understand what the potential sponsor is looking for. Once you have someone's attention, then you can start to build what? The relationship and the right to ask them what they're looking for or their plans for the upcoming year and how you may fit in. Remember, most companies have no interest in getting pitched on additional exposure. Here's another tip. Most companies today are looking to hire individuals, promote career opportunities. So it could be as simple as, we are hiring. And that's this week's sponsorship tip, brought to you by our good friends at Victory Lane Designs, where winning counts. Check them out at victorylanedesigns.com. Other Raceface drivers seeing action this weekend include Grant Thompson will be making a trip to the Northwest for the Idaho 200 with Racing Dynamics, and that race will be aired right here on Racing America at 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Friday. Cole Denton will be at Chris Motorsports Park in his number 46 Mellow Yellow Bandolero on Saturday, and Landon Cox will be at Tulsa QMA on Saturday competing in Junior Honda, Junior Animal, and Junior 160. Landon is still in contention for the national championship in Junior Honda. Good luck this weekend, young man. Well, that's it for this week's Raceface Driver Updates. And remember, if you've missed any of our shows, you can get caught up at raceface.tv on demand. Don't forget to follow us on social media. Make sure to check out Speed Zone Race Store for the latest in apparel, and be sure to play Spotters Challenge. As always, we encourage you to support local racing in your communities. We'll be back next week with more from your favorite Raceface drivers. So go out there, have a great race week. I'm Rod Wortham. Thanks for watching.